Welcome back to Uncut Long War 2. Today we're getting introduced to a soldier that was provided by Artie Party. Marcus Barksdale is a passionate photographer. In recent years, he's been working with Advent's community outreach programs, helping to spread their propaganda to the slums and outer districts of London, but he's been taking pictures since before the war. In fact, he was one of the first to document extraterrestrial contact when the aliens landed 20 years ago. Marcus even went so far as to follow Xcom operatives on their most dangerous covert missions during the peak of the invasion. How he got word of those operations and how he managed to survive the chaos is anyone's guess. Although Marcus's life was mostly comfortable, he decided to throw that away by joining a resistance group and eventually Xcom. Looking back through his catalog of photographs that showcase the devastation the aliens caused and the sacrifices made by humanity was enough to turn his loyalties back to the right side. Thanks to his past experiences, Marcus is now a very proficient scout and keeps his cool even in tense situations. He's ready to take Earth back one pod and one shot at a time. Okay people, it is time for us to get some sweet revenge. We are assaulting an alien facility today, which means we are going to erase this thing off the face of the earth. Ain't much to say here, so let's get it started. Alright, we've got a very well-equipped squad today with some very familiar faces who have been itching to get back onto the battlefield, so let's get straight into the loadouts. We've got first up Liam Marcoles, our sharpshooter with the tracer rounds, Gauss rifle. He now has the enhanced Shadowkeeper pistol, which is the second tier or the magnetic tier, and he also has the spider suit for his armor. Next up, we have Dos Santos, the surgeon, coming back. He's our combat hacker, so he's got combat protocol. He's using the Magic Man Gremlin for blinding protocol, and he's got the Skulljack with a med kit. He doesn't have medical protocol, and he only has access to one med kit, but that is okay because some of our other soldiers have them, which we'll get to in a second. Kyra Ronan is next. She is our assault. She's got the Talon rounds to increase her crit rate and the Mimic Beacon. We haven't seen this one on this playthrough, but what it is, you throw it out and it creates a holographic decoy which will cause the enemies to shoot at that instead of your soldiers. So that's pretty cool. And she's got the magnetic tier bolt caster, which is very powerful, increasing her aim, and it has a 20% stun chance as well. She's wearing a chest piece from Grimmy's Loot Mod that's increasing her defense. And next up, we have Nico Schwarzkopf coming back. Andy, your boy, is back. And he is wearing the Mangler chest piece. We managed to salvage it off of Jason Reaper Echo, so his spirit is going to live on forever in this chest piece. So he's got that. So he's got a rocket launcher and a plasma grenade as well. And we're going to give him the Fires shotgun. That thing is, we're passing it around like a joint, and it's getting the work done. Give it a few quick puffs, and then we kill some aliens with it. All right, that didn't make any sense, but it doesn't matter. Next up, our two gunners are Kevin the Fanboy Carnuckle and Desmond the Black Dragon Silton. The Dream Team is back. The Black Dragon has an exosuit, so he also has a rocket launcher and a med kit. And finally, Kevin, also a gunner, has a med kit and armor-piercing rounds. So without further ado, it's time for some sweet revenge. Wait, let me just make sure I put the Magic Man on this guy. Yeah, put the Magic Man. Okay, yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Boom.
Menace 1-5. Target coordinates are locked in. Move to designated position and place the X4 charges.
Alright, we got a decent way to travel before getting to the objective, but from the looks of things, there's a lot of cover between here and there. So that's not a bad thing that we gotta walk a long ways. And besides that, we don't have a turn timer to worry about, so we can relax. We can breathe easy, but ain't nothing relaxed about how I feel. That last mission got me fucked up. I am so unbelievably salty after the way that last mission played out, and it's all because just whenever we live in the age of of balance, where balance is the number. Like, this isn't based on any surveys or facts or anything like that. Scanning protocol going to reveal the first group of enemies. Let's just look at who they are. It is a goon squad with a heavy rocketeer, elite officer, and elite trooper. Nothing too crazy. So we live in an age where the #1 complained about thing in the gaming community is balance. That is based on no surveys or facts, but I believe it to be the truth. And anytime, especially when I'm playing XCOM, anytime anything that happens that feels remotely unbalanced or unfair, it just immediately goes to holy fuck. One of the mods that I have is unbalancing the game. It needs to be put to an end, and it all turns back to Long War. I have such a love-hate relationship with Pavonis Interactive. On one hand, they're fantastic developers that have created, hands down, some of the best modifications for XCOM that have ever existed. But on the other hand, these motherfuckers made enemies like the Mutant Centurion, and they can go to hell for doing that. Like, whose bright idea was? Who was at the office thinking, you know, it would be cool? You know how the Mutant is already a wild card enemy that can either chop somebody in the face or suppress somebody or throw a plasma grenade at somebody. He can do a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Why don't we make stronger versions of that? And somebody was like, yeah, let's do that. And holy, it's ridiculous. But I'm gonna try not to be too salty. I'm gonna try not to talk about Long War, because Long War is hands down. It's my kryptonite, man. Like it brings back it brings in like flashback. I was gonna make a dumb joke about how Long War 2 is my Iraq, but that's super insensitive, so I'm not gonna make the joke. But my point is, I have PTSD from playing that mod. I mean, you guys saw what happened. For anybody that's been here from the very beginning, I played Long War 2, and then the shit kept hitting the fan. So I stopped playing XCOM for like 3 months or something. It was crazy. Like, you know, a mod has to be out of control if it makes you not want to play your favorite game of all time. That's insane. That's complete madness. But anyway, we're just about ready to start off the ambush, if not completely ready. Just got to check to see if everyone has vision, and unfortunately not everyone has vision. So what I could do is a partial ambush, which is never a bad idea, but it's never ideal. Or we could use a little bit of patience. But the trouble with being patient in missions like this, especially if the enemy pods appear to be patrolling, which they are, is we could end up fighting more enemies than we want if we wait too long. So I'm thinking we just try to engage, eliminate some of the high-value targets, and then you know, hope for the best. So let's see how many Overwatches we actually have. I think we're only missing one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're only missing one Overwatch, so I feel comfortable about starting it off now. And I guess now the only question is, do I start it with 100% chance to hit, or do I try for something different? I think I'm going to start with the 100%, and I'll go for maximum damage with the precision shot. But of course, before I do that, don't worry, guys. The salt has not gotten in my eyes. I know what I'm doing. We're going to Overwatch everybody, because that's what you have to do for an Overwatch ambush. So boom. I only have to do it manual for Kevin and the Black Dragon, because they have pistols. And then, I mean, well, at this point, we may as well just do it manually for everybody, right? Hang on. Half cover. That's no good. You know, we'll leave Andrzej Schwarzkopf. I'm probably pronouncing all that stuff wrong, but he is Russian and I don't speak that language. So we'll leave him off and put him on cleanup duty, and then we'll take the first shot. Precision for that extra critical chance. We got a 70% chance to crit. Our max damage roll is 9. We could do some Boku damage to the elite officer. Cross your fingers, people. Liam Marcos always does well when you cross your damn fingers, but y'all didn't cross them fast enough because he only did an 8 damage critical hit. What the hell is that? But anyway, we got some nice damage out. The mission is starting off. Let's see what we get. Officer down. 1 damage from the miss. and then 2 more damage from the graze. So the rest of the pod is going to survive, but we do have the cleanup duty from our boy Schwarzkopf. And we have an alien grenade, which would do some nice damage, or we could just go for a slice, or a fleeshy, as I like to call it. But if I do go for a fleesh, that's gonna leave Nico flanked. So I don't want to take that risk. I'll just go for a shot with the shotgun. It's a bit of a trick shot right now through the window. Not gonna hit him. It's gonna miss. It was 66%. It's not bad. So all in all, could have been better. Could have been worse. And at this point, I'm willing to say that the Advent Rocketeers are bugged and they don't actually have rockets. But as I say that, I imagine I just jinxed it, and he's about to fire a nuclear missile from his gauntlet. So we'll find out. So we have a new enemy type that we haven't seen in this playthrough yet, the Andromedon. It is a very difficult and powerful target to deal with. You see its damage roll 7 to 13, so it can one-shot, one-kill somebody if it gets lucky. And we have a Mutant Elite and a Naja to round out the enemies. And a super heavy turret. They're not done yet. What else we got? And another super heavy turret. Okay. And okay, there we go. All things considered, it's not the worst. Kevin just got flanked, and he just got crit for 6 damage. We're off to a wonderfully bad start. Probably should have just sliced him in the face. Regretting decisions already, but it's okay. He's got a med kit. That's why we brought him. But yeah, I'm a salty sailor right now. I mean, I'm always a salty sailor, but it's a bit worse for the moment, just because of balance stuff. And you know, the other game that I'm playing right now, Dawn of War 3, is another. Especially with new games, balance is always a very hotly contested issue, and Dawn of War 3 is no exception, especially because it's a real-time strategy game. So the way things function is that much more important. If anything, if any sort of strategy feels uneven, people freak the fuck out. And we got to kill, so Death from Above and Implacable are gonna proc, and we'll use that to steady weapon. We don't need to move them anywhere. So the Implacable is just extra stuff. But yeah, in strategy games especially, it just if there's something that is imbalanced, just people will lose their minds, and rightfully so. I totally get why people get upset at poor balance in games, because the balance is what brings the enjoyment, and if it's not there, a significant amount of the enjoyment is lost. And we'll start this out. We'll be real conservative about this play. We'll shoot him with Desmond to get the hollow targeting. The shot is going to connect, and then we'll switch over to Dos Santos, and we'll finish him off with Dos Santos. It's not a guaranteed kill unless I combat protocol. And since there are no mechanical enemies, I think that's what I'm going to do, but just not yet. So I'll move on to him in a minute. What we're going to do next is we're going to start making some bold plays. And who better to make the bold plays than Nico? He's got the Mangler, he's got a rocket launcher, and damn it, he's not afraid to use them. So we're going to sprint up with run and gun to this full covered position. And now we've got eyes on all the enemies. But I'm only concerned with this small grouping right here. Now, the Codex is going to split, and normally I try to avoid causing them to split, but I'm not going to get the flashbang out in time to stop its mental ability, so I'm not too worried about it. And I do believe that I can take them both out. Maybe not in this one turn, but I can take them both out. I feel like I can deal with it. So that rocket gonna come out, destroying a significant amount of cover. Boom. The copy went further back, so that's not always. It's neither here nor there. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just a thing that happened. And we've got 2 moves left, right? We got the fanboy, and we got the alien, Kyber Ronin. Now the fanboy obviously wants to show off to the person that he is admiring, which is Black Dragon Silton. So he is guaranteed to land this shot. He's like, okay, oh fuck, I hope Desmond's watching. I've been practicing. 12 damage critical hit to the face. And now the final move that we're going to make is another very aggressive play with Kyra Ronin. Run and gun. We're trying to just do as much damage as possible in these turns. You know what? I could Mimic Beacon right now. And that would soak up a decent amount of damage. You know what? It's either get a kill or Mimic Beacon. And I think I'm going to Mimic Beacon. Yeah, we're going to Mimic Beacon. So here we go. We're going to see it in action for the first time. Shoof. Bloop. And now we will... You know what? We can give Kyra aid. I'm so hyped up right now because I'm freaking salty. So we'll give Kyra aid protocol, which will give her ever vigilant, which puts her on Overwatch. I mean, threat assessment, excuse me. And then we will switch over to combat protocol and zap the hell out of this elite trooper. Go away and never come back. Look at that, 5 damage, pretty good roll. Overkill. So yeah, but balance is a big deal though, and I totally get where all the balance complaints come from for people. I know why people complain about balance. Oh gosh, is it? Oh no, okay, it's going for the shot. Ever vigilant. I mean, the Overwatch gonna proc. Boom, that's beautiful. Couldn't have asked for anything better. So now the snakes are gonna try and tongue the hologram, but that doesn't work. So the first one, and then it's gonna shoot. It's blowing all of its action points on the hologram. Seems very confusing. Just the cool thing that you'll notice is that the hologram is taking the form of the soldier that threw the Mimic Beacon. So it looks like Kyra Ronin, and that's pretty damn cool. It's a nice touch. It's just a nice touch. And kudos to the guys over at Firaxis for doing that. So yeah, we're seeing a bunch of big damage going out on the Mimic Beacon. It was definitely worth a throw. And the Heavy Lancer, now that the hologram is gone, is going to shoot at my guys. The Centurion, or the Elite rather, is putting up his personal shield, but he's far outside of range, so we don't have to worry about it just yet. But we will as soon as he starts bull charging over to us. Yeah, I get why balance is always an issue, but I personally try to always look on the bright side to things. Like I try not to get too wrapped up in imbalances and stuff like that, because I'm a bit of a contrarian in my personality. So I always look for the bad strategies and try and make them good, even if they're not. So we'll reload with Black Dragon, and then we'll use our next rocket launcher. I'm blowing my load early this time. And get your minds out of the gutter. No, that was intentionally dirty. Who am I trying to kid? So we're firing off the rocket launcher to shred some armor, destroy some cover. Boom. I thought I destroyed some extra shit that I didn't mean to destroy, because that's happened before. But But yeah, I try to always kind of, because it's weird. You can get into this dangerous loop with balance where you feel like just everything is wrong and everything is bad, and that's the place where you don't want to be. You don't want to wrongfully claim that something is unbalanced, right? Just because it's not ideal or because it's like slightly unfun for you. You don't want to claim that it's just, oh, the balance is poor, the devs are shit. Because there's a very fine line between something working as intended and something being completely unfair and unplayable. And you know what? The way my soldiers are spread, the Andromedon has a grenade that it can use, and I'm pretty sure I'm obeying the 4 to 5 tile rule. So I don't think I have to move anybody, so I don't have to worry about dealing with it just yet. It does have a high aim rating of 80 at the moment, so I would like to get some damage on it, but the main targets that I'm looking to deal with for the moment are the Vipers, just because they're sort of wild cards. If they land a tongue or if they land some poison, that's going to screw with me a lot, so I want to eliminate them first. So Liam doing his sniper thing. Long motherfucking range. Implacable, death from above once again, so we use that free reload and steady weapon. This is the greatest wombo combo in XCOM, period. You know, yeah. So yeah, there's a fine line between something being just completely broken and just being annoying, and that's the line that all developers have to travel along, and they have to find that balance, and some of them find it, and others don't. Like the Pavonis Interactive, as good as they are at developing, and as amazing as Long War is, or Long War 2 rather, and maybe even Long War 1. I never played it, but it is wildly imbalanced, and the balance of that mod, at least when I was playing it, I haven't played the most recent balance patches, but when I was playing it, I promised I wasn't going to talk about Long War, but I'm talking about it. When I was playing it, it was unbalanced to the point where it was unfun, and I went through the whole process of questioning whether or not I was just being a whiny millennial bitch boy, or if this was actually just not a good experience. And the verdict, you guys already know. It was just too much. I think the only thing left for us to do is we can reload and then Overwatch with the fanboy and see what happens. See if these guys cross into our line of sight. And to finish it off, let's toss out that blinding protocol, man. We've got it. We may as well use it. Yeah, but yeah. So how do you guys feel about the whole balance thing? Because I feel like balance wasn't talked about as much maybe 10 years ago in gaming. I don't know, because it just feels like it's a new thing that everybody's kind of obsessed with. The shot coming out from the Andromeda. Damn, that is a lot of plasma. Thank goodness that missed, though. Oh, crap, the shield bearer putting up the shield. And I'm not going to be able to take him out either. The Lancer coming in. Overwatch going out. Getting rid of the shield. And shredding some armor. Nico going to get disoriented, unfortunately, and taking some big damage as well. Thankfully, he has the Mangler chest piece. Another shot going to come out from the Naja. That was a little bit ridiculous. This is why squad sight should not be a thing for the aliens, because that shot was a bit over the top. But that's okay. We got a slash. Boom. Killed him.